The newest Disney Pixar film, Soul, was released recently, and it is marketed as a kids' film, which I will explain I don't agree with, but no doubt it is a technical masterpiece. Hear my detailed thoughts after the intro. Hi, my name's Drew and welcome to another review video on my channel. I am now finally a Disney+ subscriber. I always knew it would come at someday. I've now decided to do it because I figured, just for me, I'm not sponsored by the way, but just for me, it costs roughly the same to subscribe for a whole year as it does to buy a PlayStation game. So I thought, okay, that's fine. And I am a huge fan of the MCU, and with all these new shows announced, I do fear that if I don't keep track of them, I won't know all the details and intricacies that are shown in the films later on. I'm sure you can watch the films without. I'd rather know everything I can about every little detail. And I'm also a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm happy I'll finally get to see The Mandalorian. Anyway, obviously this opens up the whole Disney and Pixar library for me to view, and I heard a lot of good things about Soul, so I thought this is great. I wanted to do Wonder Woman 1984, it's still not available in this country. Unfortunately, I've started to see various spoilers come in, which I hate. Anyway, I have to make the most out of my situation and just choose another film, and Soul was definitely a very great choice. So, in the brief intro I did, I explained I don't feel this is a kids' film. I just watched the trailer to make sure what I can talk about here. As usual, I want to keep the reviews spoiler-free. And it's portrayed as the main character, Joe Gardner, who's played by, or voiced I should say, by Jamie Foxx. He has an accident and he tries to bring his soul back to Earth to reunite it with his body, because he is a jazz musician. He works during the day as a teacher, part-time teacher at a middle school, a high school. And he gets an opportunity to play a gig with a very, very famous jazz musician. And so on his way home to get prepared for that, get a new suit, etc., that is where he has an accident and dies. And so he obviously does not want to lose this opportunity, and the film is about him trying to get back to his body. He is in a plane of existence called the Great Before, where you have all these souls who are prepared for life on Earth. And he teams up with a soul called 22, and he is her mentor. 22 is not interested in life whatsoever, thinks that Earth is completely dull, boring, etc., etc. So the two agree to work together. As soon as 22 is prepared for life, the Earth pass that she gets, she can give to Joe and he can go back to Earth. That's the plan anyway. I won't spoil how it all turns out, what happens, etc. I'll leave you to watch the film to find that out. That is the general plot of it. What I absolutely need to talk about here is, again, it is not a kids' film. You not only have these really, really difficult concepts. So you have the great before, the great after, planes of existence. You have the zone, which every artist, I suppose, will be something that you know and are familiar with. You have all these really, really abstract concepts which kids won't be able to grasp. It is quite interesting because the trailer, I feel, is very misleading. It shows it as a very, very, well, typically kids film with a lot of high energy and a lot of jokes happening and all these kind of things. And while yes, there are jokes, there still are very, very many scenes where it's about what is happening inside people and not what is actually being shown on the screen. So you're talking about emotions, reactions to things. It's not a big actiony thing where they're having fun throughout, running, jumping, etc., etc. So I feel that this is very misleading, and there were actually comments online by people who said that they watched it with their kids of various ages, and the kids not only didn't get it, but some of them were actually quite scared. I would imagine so too. I thought it was rather, even before I researched this, because Joe has his accident very early on in the film, as you can imagine, and immediately struck me as very, very, very strange. I didn't know anything about the film, so I didn't even watch the trailer before, I only watched it afterwards. So generally speaking, with kids and death, that's always a bit of a delicate topic. And while it's great that they try and approach it in a different way here to not make it as grim or something like that, it's still a bit much. So again, I don't get why it's made as a kids film or marketed as a kids film. It is not a kids film. I feel that many kids would be very bored with this film, really. Unless they really, really love abstract concepts of reality and human existence. Or jazz music. That would be the other leg that they could use to stand on when watching this film. What I really want to talk about is the technical achievement that this film is. Because looking at it, I was completely flabbergasted. I like to play computer games, and I love a visually pleasing computer game when everything looks really lovely surfaces. I particularly, I like to have a look at puddles, etc., see how the light is reflected in them, all these kind of things. And that already makes me very happy. And then you come to this where people are focused on making just this 2-hour project and just put all of their artistic, creative work into just making that look as beautiful as possible. So it's really focused compared to a computer game where they have to produce a lot more content, hour-wise. And to see what they have done here is amazing. I believe that everything is completely computer generated. I don't think that they actually sort of mixed real life action with computer generation. So just looking at the product is amazing. And what I particularly paid attention to here, or what was noticeable for me, is the lighting. Lighting makes a huge difference between showing something is real and just making it look a bit weird, a bit off, uncanny valley-esque. And the lighting here is completely on point. You have animals, and when you see their fur, it looks so realistic because of the light that's on them. The people, the streets, all that, my jaw dropped. It really is amazing. It's particularly weird when you think about the design of the characters themselves. They obviously, while they look a bit like we do, they're still very the proportions aren't obviously quite correct. They're very lanky characters, very long, but the faces are actually quite big compared to the body and the neck, etc. So while these characters aren't ultra realistic, they still look ultra realistic due to the environment and particularly the lighting. So if you are a person who enjoys really good animation, as in I really enjoy, you can go the fantastical route. You can do that, of course you can. I, myself, enjoy realistic animation a lot more, and this is a great example of that. So it's really beautiful to look at. And just to address, don't just watch it for the technical thing. Again, while I feel it's not a kid's film, I feel as an adult you will really enjoy this film, just to think about all these concepts. What should we strive for in life? Why are we here? It's not about answering a bigger question, it's finding meaning in your own life and enjoying the little things. And just enjoying every single moment that you are alive. And I feel that this film has a really good message around that, which is not something that kids will get, of course. They just want to play all day. The performances are really solid. Jamie Foxx is a great lead character here and makes Joe a very likeable person on his quest to return to life on Earth. Overall, there are quite a few characters that are a lot of fun to be with, and I feel it's a good film for self-reflection. So you do think about how happy you are with your life, what you want in life, how you should be spending your time. I really enjoy that. So overall, it is a really wonderful film, but I think probably not watch it with kids. That's all I'll say. Okay. I will wrap up the video there. I look forward to exploring more of this Disney+ subscription. Hashtag not sponsored, but do sponsor me if you want to. There definitely is a huge catalogue I need to catch up on. Disney Pixar films alone will be, there'll be quite a few that I haven't seen yet. So look forward to probably more of those popping up over time, as well as other Disney things, Star Wars things, etc. When it comes along, I'll make sure to review them too. I'll thank you for watching this video. Leave a like on it if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video around if you want to. That would please me a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.